the application, the DynoPark application, which is an application that lets you to key in your data for a theme park, something that I made of. So in this application, I will have a basic form, and I will have several forms more to go, so that this will be a functioning app for a DynoPark. So without further ado, we will have first a splash screen. A splash screen is something that you share with your user for the first time when they try to log into your application. So you click on common items, go to splash screens, and then hit add button. So this is the standard splash screen application. Sorry, this is standard screen form, which you will have to make it a default splash screen for your application. Right click here, click on properties, splash screen, and save. So what happened is when you set the splash screen as this one, and you hit on the start button, it will come first. Then only it will move on to our main form. Which is essentially a login form. Okay, so I have several buttons here, which is named accordingly. So I advise you to do the same. This is button login, and this is button cancel. And the text box also, I encourage you to give it a proper name so that you can easily program that. So I'm going to first program the cancel button in case the user refuse to enter the credential. So I double click that cancel button, and I'll have this code with me. So I'm simply going to put in me.close here. So what happened is that when I use me.close, the application will shut down. Okay, if they want to log in, they have to use this login button, which I will show you how to hard code your username and password. Hard code means you don't have to use the database to retrieve their login. So this is the easiest way to do it. If txt username text equals to I change the ampersand symbol to this word and see how this goes. Admin. So I think this is going to work. All right, so this code does work. Okay, let's say if we want another one. Else if user. Okay, the same thing is applied. The same logic is applied. If both are the same, then they can proceed to the next one. I have different kind of users here. We can change this, by the way. See, it's none. This. Something. Okay. So you can show this variable or carry forward this variable by using a local variable or a global variable. If you want to just simply show the name of that user, you can always hard code them. Say search box. You can use it like this, or you can create a global variable here. Same username as string. This right. So I made some changes here, and I wish to change all of this so that this is an admin, this is a user, and this is a guest. So again, I have a label here, a hidden label. You can see that a hidden label, which will take this user, whether he is an admin, a guest, or a simple user. So back here, let's say this is an admin. So I'm going to put here label user dot text. Save this as admin. And this one is a user. This is a guest. So I wish to bring this to the next form, which is the main form.bb. So I create a new object, a new login form. Okay. This login form is cached from this. And here in the main form, I have a label name which will display whether it is an admin, a user, or a guest. Here I have some code that I used to show whether the user is admin, then user, or guest. So this is the main form, which is my main form, and it will show me the status of the user that want to log in. Okay, so I'm going to run this. See if the user is just user, and I hit the login. It will display standard user. I probably put this in my main form. Okay. Comments so that I know which or who created this script. Say this is project 2. Project 2. Put your name, your partner name, your ID, and then Also, please do comment your code. Let's say this one. First one, username. So this is a global variable. And this one, this will cancel the login. We put some simple comment. Yeah. Next, in order for you to save your file, aside from um, this is the main form. Let's say I have 3 kinds of ticketing. 3 kinds of ticketing. For 3 or 5 years. 4 is M5 for 10 years. 4 is 10 for 15 years. 4 is 50. And I wish the user to input their text and check what or how much the ticket will be for their kid. Button. So say I have text box here. Box. Button. Is text page. This one of these button calculate. So this one is late. This one okay, I'm going to leave it like this. How to calculate? If the value of the text box of each text is greater than 15, then I'm going to use a global variable for this. Image as integer. Okay. So image, and then another one with dim I change the ampersand symbol to this word and see how this goes. Admin. So I could use, well, I think this is going to work. I got H here, or all right. So this code does work. Okay, let's say if we want another one of txt h dot text, else if then charge will be 15. Else if h is greater than 10, then charge will be 10. User. Okay, the same thing is applied. The same logic is applied. If both are the same, then they can proceed to the next one. So the main form, so I will show every single data message block in the database. So I will need to populate the database first. Okay. Admin. Yeah, check here first. Let's say I'm putting 7. Okay, 7 is less than 10. It's going to be 5, so perfectly fine. How about 12? 12 with $10. Okay, good. And then 18. Calculate. Okay, fine. You could also put this in another sub procedure. Say sub charge. Charge, and we take the value of h. Sub charge. Okay. Check charge. So instead of this, I'm going to take everything and put this here. So check charge, and we are going to take h, where h will come from this variable. So I'm not going to put it in this one, and this one I can in h as integer in charge as. So by using this, I can create it as a separate code. Let's say we want to check, put in some kind of text here. Let's say text VAT UK VAT. What is VAT? VAT is some kind of text. UK put it at 5%, we can create a special function for that. Create a web function so that we can check how much is charged for this kind of text. Sub check text. Okay. We are going to need the total value of the product. Let's say if total charge is X, then we need to add 5% on that based on this UK guideline. So being that as decimal, also 5% is 0.005. Multiply with the charge. This charge. So we take the value of the charge by val charge. So we take the value of this charge. Let's put it. There is many ways we can do this. Check. The most logical way is here, where I need to rearrange this back. To be a global rival. Charge. Check text. Check text. I will display the message box for the value of that. To get the total charge by organizer, message box back plus charge. Then you will get the total cost of getting into this part. For this kind of project. So this is called park. So this is the database, but it comes with no table. So in order to create a table, you create a table. Say first you want to create a table for the visitor. Date of birth or date of birth. For the date of birth. Date. Occupation. Nation. Public status. Gender. So this is visitor. Probably we'll do another one. A new table for the employee. First name, last name, and ID. Yes. Okay, so this is employee. So we have two tables here, which is empty. And let's say I want to fill the first one. I need to click on edit top 200 rows. Going to fill some here. So I can right click, select top 100 to 1000. So I have my employee ID. So how can we display the grid view? Very simple. Click on the toolbox, click on data grid view. So let's say I want to show my employee table. Click add project data source, click on database, click on new connection. So server name, you can get it from this. Go on file, connect on the Explorer, copy them, put it here, and since I'm using SQL Server authentication as a or if I want to use a window application also can. This is far more easier. Okay. Just hit on next. I forgot to check on the table. So I need to enter the database here. So this is Dino Park. Hit OK. Okay, I want to display the employee tables. Click on finish. So if I hit the start button, let's see, this is Azlan, this is admin. So I have this welcoming and I have the DB here. All right. Next, I will create, develop, update, and delete form, which I think is better suited if I have a menu to show them. Menu and description. File, create, update, delete. So I will need a create, a read, and update and delete. So read is very simple. You can just put a data grid like this, whereas the rest, it is better that you create another form for them. Create form. Update and delete and so on and so forth. Right. This is the last part. So instead of doing multiple form, I think it's best that I create one form. This is search, add, update, and delete. I think I've just discussed this before, and I will share you the source code in GitHub. You can see all this was discussed this before, and to share with you the source code in this GitHub. I'm create a new one. Repository. On this. One. Yes. Yes. Okay, so my GitHub. You copy and paste this. Remote origin. So right. There's something wrong with my GitHub. Okay. That RL. Git. GitHub. Yeah, I'll do it. Yes. I will work on this later on.